Hey everybody, my name is Soul. Welcome back to the channel. It's been about a month since I watched Darling in the Franxx and I finally caught back up on it this weekend, and it looks like Kill la Kill finally got its sequel. I thought Kill la Kill was over in 2014, but apparently not. Full warning going into this video, there will be spoilers for Darling in the Franxx if you have not seen the latest episode, which I believe is episode 22 as of recording. So go watch it before you watch this or your shit will be spoiled for you. That's not my fault. You're the one being a dumbass. So I'm about to sound like an idiot, but is it just me, or did Darling in the Franxx make more sense when it made no sense? And now that it's explained itself, it makes less sense than me trying to explain Darling in the Franxx. Back when the show was shrouded in nothing but mystery, we didn't know why the kids were the way they were, we didn't know why there were plantations, we didn't know why the planet was ruined. Everything seemed alright. And now aliens and hive minds and ancient alien races have come back to form magma. Like, what? When I first started watching Darling in the Franxx, I got hooked and sold on the show because 02 was badass, and because Hero and all of the rest of Squad 13 were lost, confused, and the purest of cinnamon rolls. But as the show has gone on, 02 has lost her edge. She has become a lover to Hero, and all the spunk that I felt that was her character and dignified her as a special personality has gone out the window because all she cares about is her darling, which for the sake of the plot makes sense, but as a character I feel like so much was robbed from her. And the show has just gotten so far-fetched. Like I mentioned, the whole alien hive mind, the space magma, the Klaxosaurs are actually an old race of Klaxos sapien, there are deaths for no reason. Dr. Franxx, rest in peace, or rest in tomato sauce if that's your thing. All of Alpha Squad, or Squad 9, I don't know exactly what they were called, made their redemption. Some of them lost their mind in the final battle, but Alpha finally atoned for himself, and I hate to say it, I hated to see Alpha go. He was a good character. Despite the far-fetchedness of the show though, Darling in the Franxx will go down as one of my favorite anime. Maybe only this year, but it's still really good. From the pacing, to the artwork, to the initial first impression value that the show gave, just golden in my book, 10 out of 10. And in my opinion, Darling in the Franxx is honestly two anime rolled into one, and they happen to be two of my favorite anime types. The first anime that Darling in the Franxx offers is the one that they sold us on the promo picture, the giant robots and the kids that were enslaved and lost and fighting with basically guns to the back of their heads for some papa, or as we later know, an alien hive mind. And that I love because giant robots, Gundam, things like that have always appealed to me. I'm not a huge mechanic, or I'm not into fighting, I'm a scrawny little white kid, but giant robots, I don't know what I really have to explain here. Pew pew lasers and plasma swords, and it's usually involving like a princess and some kingdom, so I'm glad that Darling in the Franxx offers something new in the form of doggy style piloting, but it's still giant fighting robots, which is just badass all around. The second type of anime that Darling in the Franxx offers is the pure love story between Hero and 02. Between Kokoro and Mitsuru, or honestly any of the members of Squad 13. We could even go to Nana and what's his tits, this dude. It's all a love story, and honestly it's basically alien hive mind has been keeping them apart and just been using them as puppets, and they're trying to define everything they've been told, everything they've been programmed to do to be together and be in love. And one of my favorite parts about Darling in the Franxx was Mitsuru and Kokoro got their memories wiped. And it was really sad because of everything they've been through. But in the latest episodes, they're starting to remember, and they're fighting to just be together. It's essentially a rehash of what happened to 02 and Hero, but on a smaller scale. I think I especially love the whole deal with Mitsuru is because he was such a fucking gay prick in the beginning. No offense, it's just, I thought he had something for Hero, thus the gay part. But once you found out his reasoning, whether it was trivial or not, versus that he wanted to ride with Hero and that's really why he was such a fucking asshole, or he was some misunderstood character, he eventually redeemed himself and he became probably one of my favorite characters of the squad versus, fat ass and lesbian chick. Although she did give the dark color of her hair up to save the squad, so hey, dyeing your hair for the greater good of humanity. Let's not put that aside. And I also want to comment on this little side note, is that every character actually had a personality, despite them kind of being iffy in the beginning. Now, Hero is kind of bland, and 02 has gotten kind of bland, but they still have their their parts in the story. Goro and Ichigo furthered the plot between Zero Two and everybody else, and Goro has kept everybody together. Kokoro and Mitsuru, once again. You've got Fat Ass, who's really, he's just there to get his heart broken and eat stuff. Just let him eat. And then you've got Miku and Zorome, who are just kind of like vibrant personalities, and even them, they're cute. But yeah, Darling in the Franxx is honestly a romance at heart, and that's the part that really sold me. So unpopular opinion here, Darling in the Franxx gave us a lot despite the fact that it's derailing now. So I want to pass the question off to you guys. Has Darling in the Franxx kept up its initial appeal to you? If so, why? And if not, again, why? Has there been any other anime that have given you the same feeling of just being absolutely amazing and then derailing? Or something similar that I'm missing? Let me know in the comments down below. I love you guys, your support means everything, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.